for Talapati Vijay. Now all eyes on government formation. Pratibha is joining us on the broadcast live from Chennai with all the updates taking place on ground. The Governor Vijay meeting, the outcome. Pratibha, over to you.
Yes, Swati, after this blockbuster debut of Vijay, it looked like it was all set for Vijay to form the government in Tamil Nadu, but it now seems to have hit a roadblock at the governor's residence. Meetings have taken place. The governor is said to have told Vijay to ensure that he has the numbers, to prove that he has the numbers to prove majority in the floor of the house. We are reporting from the TVK headquarters. Let me just show you around. It's very buzzing because today was the day when Vijay was expected to take oath as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. So there are a lot of supporters who are waiting outside the TVK headquarters, hoping to get a glimpse of Vijay. They're not really sure if he'll come here, but they're still waiting for him. TVK MLAs were brought in here as well because at this time when the MLAs are going to be very, very important, they are keeping their flock together. There are chants being chanted here as well. Many saying wanting to see Vijay as the Chief Minister. Vijay, okay, all right. They wanted to see the star that they have voted for as the Chief Minister. There are many supporters who have gathered here. Let me in fact also show you one of the posters that has been put here, which already declares Vijay as the Chief Minister. It says Honorable Chief Minister Mr. Joseph Vijay. Tamilians all over the world, people of Tamil Nadu, has made you the Honorable Chief Minister. So everything was set. You know, today was supposed to be the swearing-in ceremony. Everything was set for it. When there was suddenly a big change, when last evening it was told that the governor has made it clear that there should be enough numbers on the side. Where will these numbers actually come from? That's the question. Will it come from some of the constituents of the DMK? That's the biggest question. Congress party has extended support. We are told that the VCK, CPI and CPM could also come together, but they need to actually give a formal support. That's what the governor has said. A formal letter of support has to be shown to the governor. So Swati, is this a possibility that can actually happen or not? What are the possible scenarios that could happen? Because, for many people who have voted for him, they're waiting very eagerly to see if he will become the Chief Minister, and if yes, when will he become the Chief Minister?
Absolutely. His party is the single largest party but does not have majority to form government. The Congress has extended its support, official support. It has 5 MLAs but still short of the majority mark. And like you were pointing out, according to sources, Vijay has assured the governor that he should be allowed to take oath, form government, and he has the required numbers. He can prove majority in the floor of the house. All based on sources. Let's take a look at the scenario that Pratibha was just talking about. So if Left and VCK join Vijay, TVK, which has 107 at the moment, and support of the Congress party, which has 5 MLAs, VCK with 2, CPI with 2 and CPIM with 2, the total comes to 180. The majority figure or the magic number is 117. So this could be one of the formulas for Vijay to form government. Now, scenario number 2, if only Left and VCK abstain, then TVK, which has 107, along with 5 MLAs of the Congress, they reach the number of 112. The magic mark is 114. So the strength of the assembly comes down if VCK with 2, CPI with 2 and the CPIM with 2 MLAs, in all 6 MLAs, abstain. So that brings the total strength of the house down to 227. But still, the magic mark is 114, and with just the support of the Congress, the TVK plus Congress still has only 112. So these are the possible scenarios that we're looking at. Now, as far as DMK is concerned, it says we don't want any political instability in the state of Tamil Nadu. We're not going to stop the regional parties, the smaller parties, in case they want to support Vijay and form government. We have some breaking inputs coming in at the moment, quickly shifting focus to that.
So breaking updates now coming in. What could happen? Who are the parties who could extend support? Now remember, as of now, CPI and CPIM have said that they will not be hurdles to the Vijay taking over as the Chief Minister. Now we have updates coming in as the crucial meeting at Stalin's residence ends. We have inside scoop, inside details of what happened in the meeting, and Shomit is getting us this information. Sources saying that the DMK will not stop smaller parties from supporting Vijay. They have had an alliance going into decades, but the DMK is not opposed to the idea of the smaller parties supporting Vijay. Shomit, very clearly a completely different stance from what the DMK said about the Congress party. DMK says the smaller parties could extend their support to Vijay. They have no objection to it.
Well, that is what we have learned from the sources. Just now, a while ago, the meeting was concluded between the VCK chief and the left leaders from the CPIM and the CPI. They have arrived at the Stalin's residence and they met the Stalin, and Stalin has also spoken to them about different, recent developments happening in the Tamil Nadu state. And, they have also informed Stalin that they have received a formal invite from the TVK, which they were waiting for initially in the beginning, and they have now received it, and they have also informed this to the Stalin. And what we have also learned from the sources that DMK has clearly mentioned to all the three smaller parties that they don't have any problem if these three smaller parties wanted to go and extend support and join TVK. So this is what they were waiting for, since the alliance meeting was conducted day before yesterday. Also today again the meeting was conducted. The day before yesterday Congress didn't turn up there to the DMK office, and later they supported the TVK, and now we'll have to wait and see what call will be taken. What we have also understand that what we have also learned from the sources that for TVK, VCK is almost ready to extend its support for. And when we spoke to the VCK chief, also he stated that we are going to hold the discussion very soon, and the decision will be taken shortly, is what VCK chief has stated. And the left parties, when it comes to them, they are actually inclined towards TVK forming the government. But when it comes to the left parties extending their support, they said that executive meeting is going to be happen, and very soon we will be taking call whether or not to support TVK. So this is the piece of information what we have gathered from the DMK sources. So we'll have to wait and see how things will turn up, whether or not VCK and left parties will announce support to the TVK very soon. Because when it comes to the governor office also, the hurdles are, the main hurdle is actually at the Lok Bhavan. And initially TVK thought that governor will give the approval, will give the nod to form the government for the chief minister ceremony. And elaborate arrangements have been made at the Nehru Stadium, and finally, the governor is asking for the, a letter of approvals from the political parties and the MLAs. Back to you, Pratibha.
Okay. So the governor says that you have to prove majority, asking for letter of support from these parties. But this update is very, very crucial, because if the VCK, CPI and CPM do extend their support, each of them having 2 seats, then Vijay will have the requisite numbers. But the question has come in on whether the governor even has the powers to ask Vijay to prove majority or ask for this letter of support, because many have also argued that this is a floor test that Vijay should be taking in the floor of the House. It's not for the governor to look at the majority. Vijay has to prove majority in the assembly, and multiple previous such incidents have also been cited by many of these leaders, isn't it, Swati?
Past. It's not like the first time that we are looking at a situation which has emerged in Tamil Nadu. Let's play out that data here on the big screen of how this has happened earlier as well, when the governor in fact allowed for the oath-taking ceremony to take place, for the government to be formed, and later the floor test took place to prove the majority on the floor of the assembly. So in 2019 in Karnataka, the coalition collapsed and BJP was the largest party. In 2014 in Maharashtra, BJP emerged as the single largest party. In 2019, the governor then had invited BJP's Yediyurappa to form government, and in 2014, the governor had let Devendra Fadnavis' swearing-in ceremony to take place. In 2019, the government survived floor test in Karnataka. Similarly, in 2014 in Maharashtra as well, the government survived the floor test. That's the reason why many are asking, why isn't the governor inviting TVK, which is the single largest party, to first stake claim at government formation, allow the swearing-in to take place, and later for that majority to be proven on the floor of the assembly. In fact, parties like the Congress are accusing the governor of bias. They're saying that this majority has not to be proven in the lawns of the governor's house. It has to be proven on the floor of the assembly. So allow the due process to take place, Pratibha.
Okay, all right. So there have been precedents where, without the majority being proven to the government, the incumbent has been called in, or in Karnataka's case, of course, Yediyurappa was called in as well. And in this case, can Vijay actually be called in or not? That's the question. But it's all about the numbers. He has 108 as of now. The race is, of course, to reach 118. As of now, no other party has come forward to stake claim to form the government. So should the governor be calling Vijay? Does he need convincing for Vijay to be called in to stake claim to form the government and to take the oath-taking ceremony? That's the biggest question. But amid these questions, let's also talk about what's happening in the other camps. We spoke about the meetings that took place at the DMK camp. Let's also talk about what's happening in the AIADMK, because in this hung assembly, we're seeing that a familiar image of resort politics coming forth yet again. This time in Tamil Nadu, the AIADMK MLAs from Tamil Nadu have actually been shifted to Puducherry. Multiple MLAs. This comes at a time when multiple MLAs were said to be supporting the TVK, although the AIADMK did officially come out and say that they are not going to be supporting Vijay. But every MLA becomes very, very crucial. They have to keep the flock together, which is why the MLAs have been shifted. But what is the official reasoning being given? Kritika, joining us with the details. Kritika, the AIADMK MLAs are in Puducherry. What is the official reason being given? Why have the MLAs been shifted here, even as Vijay is taking claim to form government?
Well, Pratibha, you know, it is a little funny because the state secretary here of the AIADMK stated that, in fact, this is to ensure that MLAs get a chance to blow off steam, that the political temperature in Chennai is quite high, and that is why they've come in here to blow off some steam. In fact, they're also expecting their leader, EPS, to also be here in the next 1 to 2 days. In fact, I want to show you visuals of the said resort currently. You know, this is where the MLAs have been lodged up. We can see, in fact, different rooms, 73, 74 of them, in fact, all sold out till the 13th of May. There's the pool side, there's in fact the foyer area as well, where we are earlier able to in fact spot a lot of leaders as well moving about their day. You know, they've been asked to be camped here for the next 1 to 2 days. However, what we're learning from our sources in the hotel is that the old rooms are completely booked out. In fact, till 13th of May, that is the information that is coming in from the sources at this very resort, wherein resort politics is at its peak currently. Over to you, Pratibha.
Okay, resort politics is not something new in India. We've seen it happen time and again. This time with a hung assembly here, despite TVK being the single largest party, we're seeing resort politics. No matter what the AIADMK MLA says, it is clearly to keep the flock together. But we have more details coming in. Let's talk about what actually happened in that meeting between the governor and Vijay. What is the assurance that Vijay has given to the governor, and what is it that the governor asked Vijay? Dharini is also on the broadcast with the details. Dharini, this meeting very, very crucial. There have been 3 meetings that have taken place already, and it all hinges on this meeting. Is the governor convinced? Will Vijay be taking oath as the chief minister? What are you picking up? What really happened in this meeting?
Well, during today's meeting, despite Vijay trying to convince the governor that he should be allowed to take oath with the number that he currently has, the governor very clearly told Vijay that only when he proves the majority, he'll be able to do the swearing-in ceremony. Only if he submits the letters of support, that's the required letters of support, he'll be able to do the swearing-in ceremony, is what Governor Rajendra Arlikar has told Vijay. So it looks like Vijay will have to cross the majority mark, that is 118, and he'll have to have the letters of support from the required number of MLAs. That is when the governor will allow Vijay to take oath. That is what the governor's office has told at the moment. But meanwhile, as you rightly said earlier, TVK has called its MLAs to its party headquarters for a meeting. So now the TVK is holding a meeting with its party MLAs to decide the next course of action. Meanwhile, Vijay also is right now at his Patnapakam residence, and in the Patnapakam residence, Vijay is told to have hold a meeting with senior leaders like Adhav Arjuna, Arun Raj, etc. So in that meeting, Vijay was again discussing the next course of action. But meanwhile, the parties like VCK, CPI and CPIM, they seem to be having a change in tone from what they were speaking yesterday. Today, their statements seem to be having a change in tone. Today, all these parties unanimously, they are telling that TVK has become the single largest party and they should be allowed to take oath. Vijay should be allowed to take oath, and he should be allowed to prove the majority in the floor of the assembly. So it looks like these parties are slowly coming towards Mr. Vijay. Whether that will become a reality or not is something that remains to be seen. But the governor office has made one thing very clear, that Vijay has to have the required letters of support, has to have majority to do the swearing-in ceremony.
Absolutely. And, many have raised questions on the governor and those who were politically opposed to Vijay as well. Like you mentioned, there is VCK, including indications coming in from the DMK as well, with Stalin saying that Vijay should take oath as the chief minister and the DMK would be in the opposition. The CPI, the CPM, including Kamal Hassan as well, who had opposed Vijay during the campaigns, has now come out to say that TVK is the single largest party, so they should be forming the government in Tamil Nadu, raising questions on the governor. So the pressure is building, Swati, on the governor to take a decision. But what are the reasons why the governor has also decided that even if there is a delay, he has asked some questions, and constitutionally it does give him the powers to ask these questions to whoever approaches him to form the government in the state?
Absolutely, it is the governor's discretion, but it's very clear that the governor wants to see the numbers adding up in favor of TVK. He wants to know where these numbers are going to come from. He wants to see that on paper, in writing, the letters of support, that Vijay can actually prove majority on the floor of the House. So this is what we're given to understand were the questions that the governor posed to Vijay. Governor Rajendra Vishwanath Arlekar asked Vijay, how can you prove you have the majority? So he clearly wants to see the letter of support. The second question, which parties are backing you to reach the magic mark? He wants details, full details of the parties that are going to come together and back you to reach that majority mark. Number three, who all are supporting you to reach the magic figure? So ultimately, the governor wants to see the letter of support. He wants to see it in writing, on paper, whether or not the numbers are adding up, whether or not Vijay's party actually has the required numbers to prove majority on the floor of the House and to provide a stable government. Pratibha.
Okay, all right. So who are the parties that will be supporting Vijay? The governor has made it clear. You have to tell me clearly, where are you getting these numbers from? There were speculations that perhaps the support was coming in from the AIADMK, but the party has officially confirmed that there are no such talks of extending support to Vijay. So where are these numbers coming from? Sources saying that it is the VCK, CPI and CPIM. But the governor says there is an official letter of support that needs to be shown to him. Are these parties willing to actually support TVK or not? That's the question. Amid that, on the role of the governor, Abhishek Manu Singhvi has also spoken up. Remember, his legal opinion was also taken on whether the TVK should be going to the court regarding the same or whether the governor does have these discretionary powers. Listen in to what he said.
The governor, who is to be the repository of constitutional wisdom, has no alternative but to call the single largest party in Tamil Nadu to form the government. It has happened umpteen times in the past. Also, no other formation has even staked a claim. The shortage is barely 7-8 seats. Plus, the governor always will be stipulating that the floor of the House will prove the majority in 10-12 days. So what is the problem?
So Abhishek Manu Singhvi has, of course, been at the forefront of multiple such legal battles that have gone to the Supreme Court. Similar precedents have also been cited by many in the opposition as well, who opposed Vijay, but now say that he is the single largest party. His party is the single largest party in the state, so he should be allowed to form the government in Tamil Nadu. What's going to happen in the next few hours is going to be very, very interesting to see where the support is coming from. Will that letter of support come in from these parties? And the biggest question, when will Vijay be taking oath as the chief minister? We keep you ahead, getting you all the updates. For now, slipping into a very short break here. We'll be right back.